Let's say hello, good afternoon to the rock and roll superstar that is Noel Gallagher. Hello, Noel. Welcome to Drive.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I've had better days, if I'm being honest. How are you?
Not good. I've had worse days.
You've had worse days?
Yeah, I've had worse days than today. Yeah, today was a good day.
Yeah, today was a good day, yeah. Better than yesterday or not?
Yesterday was a good it was a good day. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Before the game, you and I spoke, and you wouldn't commit as to what you thought the score would be. Why was that? Were you a little bit nervous, or did you think maybe it would be a repeat of last season, or you just didn't want to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't like predicting scores anyway, but yeah, you never quite know. Derby's, we spoke about this before. I don't really like them, do you know what I mean? I'd rather them just be over and what will be, will be. But I was, you never know what you're going to get with United. They could always turn up against City and do what they did last season. But when I seen the team sheets, I was like, you don't want to tempt fate. You're thinking, how can Maguire and Johnny Evans look after Haaland and Foden and Grealish and Silva are playing up front? But I thought the first 10 minutes, I thought, this is going to be a long afternoon because United looked up for it, and then all of a sudden, City just took the ball, and that was the end of that.
No, are you surprised how easy it was once Manchester City took the ball? Like I had no doubts Manchester City would win the game because they're a better side with a better manager and better everything. But it turned into men versus boys, I thought, certainly after Manchester City started to dominate the game.
Well, I was surprised at how well we played. Well, if you would have said before the game, if Man City play at their best, you would have predicted the outcome of that game. But we haven't been playing great, and actually, I don't even think we played that well on yesterday. But once we clicked into gear, and Bernardo was just,
wow.
I mean, he was taking the ball off Ederson at one point. He was playing centre half. He was playing left on the right. He was playing number 10. Once he's in the mood, and he never has a bad game at Old Trafford, but once he's in the mood, he was a colossus. It was unbelievable.
No, do you think he's one of them players? Because you said it there, Bernardo Silva. I thought he was outstanding, but I think he always has been since he's got to City. Do you don't think he gets the credit he deserves? I know you guys probably give him the credit because you watch him week in, week out. But from an outside perspective, do you think he gets the credit he deserves?
Well, I think Pep summed it up. He's not a big, larger than life character like, say, Neymar or like Paul Pogba or guys like that. He's a very humble. He doesn't. He's into the football side of things. But I can assure you that at City, he gets the credit he deserves because every time there's even a sniff of him leaving, City just shut that down immediately. We would be heartbroken if he would. I mean, eventually he is going to leave, but we would have been heartbroken if he'd have left this season because he always gives it 110%. He never gives the ball away. He gets stuck in. He comes up with goals here and there, and he was on a different level yesterday. But I can assure you, within the walls of the Etihad, he's right up there with De Bruyne and everybody else.
Let me ask you about your goalkeeper. I don't know if you saw Match of the Day 2 last night. They highlighted just how amazing he is with his feet. And there are other sides, including Man United, that have tried to replicate that by bringing in goalkeepers who they think are equally good. I think you've got a diamond there. I think it's very difficult to replicate that at any other club. I just think he's phenomenal. How much of how good City are in their build-up play and the fact they can turn someone else's attack into your own, how much of what you do is down to him, do you think?
Well, a lot of it, because he can inch the ball out of the 18-yard box up to almost near the height, and they can pick anybody out. But I think I was watching a lot of soul searching by United fans on their fan channels last night and reveling in it, I have to say. But there is, United bought Onana and he's supposed to be good with his feet. But it's pointless. If we had Ederson and we didn't have a single player who was capable of taking the ball out of the air on the half turn and moving it, there'd be no point in Ederson. Ederson is only complemented by the fact that every single player in that team can take the ball no matter where he finds them. They can take it while they're marked by a couple of men. And so you've got Onana, who was outrageous yesterday. Some of the saves, the 2 saves he made from Haaland were out of this world. But if he's knocking that ball to Harry Maguire couldn't trap a bag of cement. So I'm not sure what the point is of bringing that keeper in. But getting back to the point, Ederson is fundamental to the way City play. Fundamental.
No, you said you don't think Manchester City have played that well up until now. How far off it do you think they are before they start to hit maximum speed?
We're not far, but we played all right against Arsenal. We got beat by a jammy goal, but we played all right. But we weren't playing. I don't think any City fan would say we've clicked into gear just yet. But then this is not the kind of this is not the part of the season where we do play well. But I think yesterday's game was the key in the ignition, because they all looked confident and up for it yesterday. And I love the fact that Haaland got a couple of goals and an assist, and I would expect him now to go on a run up to Christmas where he's just blasting teams out of the water now. But I don't think we got. I mean, I was saying to Andy, I don't think we got out of third gear yesterday. I mean, we didn't have to. We didn't have to.
It's funny you mention Haaland, because up till yesterday, I don't know if you're aware of it, but he was struggling this season. And part of that was down to the fact that Kevin De Bruyne hasn't been supplying the bullets. I'm saying that tongue in cheek because he got another 2 yesterday, and as you said, an assist. He just looks fantastic. Are you surprised how much you've not missed Kevin De Bruyne, or do you think you have?
Well, I have to say, every time there's a little problem for Pep to solve, whether it be Aguero being out for a season, he always comes up with something. And of course, De Bruyne being injured for the best part of 3 months or 4 months, whatever it is, was devastating. But the coach, being the way that he is always going to come up with something. And Alvarez has stepped up. And I think some of the point that Haaland has, he's not scoring as many goals, is Alvarez has got almost as many as him. So they're sharing the goals between the two of them. But Guardiola, he just he works it out. And playing Alvarez and Haaland has been a masterstroke. So I thought we'd miss Kevin, because with him, you got him, Gundogan, and Mahrez out of the team. That's quite a lot from the treble-winning team. But we're finally clicking into gear now. And when Kev comes back after Christmas, I mean, who knows? The sky's the limit again, I think.
Listen, I think all the players in your squad, they're all top drawer. You'd miss any one of them, but I think the one that you'd probably have the hardest replacing would be Rodri. And again, yesterday, I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, the only player that I thought had a shaky game was Guardiola. The first 20 minutes, he gave the ball away a couple of times. But other than that, I thought everybody was great. But Rodri, you can see that guy getting a humongous contract very soon, because his agent will be on the phone saying, well, you need my guy. But he epitomises what a holding midfielder is. Is like he nicks it off them and gives it to somebody better than him. And there's no coincidence. We'd lost 3 games in a row when he was out.
Let me ask you, it pains me to say it, but without doubt, I think Man City are the best team on the planet at the moment. When Manchester United through the 90s and noughties were having a similar run of form, I would approach every single game with a big smile on my face and just think we're not going to get turned over. Unless something ridiculous happens, we're not going to get turned over. Are you feeling like that now every single time Man City take to the field?
Yeah. And, I mean, you look at the team sheet and you just go, well, if these guys play to 70% of their potential, all of them will win today. Yeah. But we have got that thing now, like United in the 90s, and I was just listening to the montage there with Simon Jordan saying, once Pep leaves, we're back to square one. And he's completely right, but no City fan is under any illusions that when Pep finally walks, it's the end of an era, and then we'll have to start again. But I think the thing that will stand in our favour is we've got a brilliant infrastructure there, so nobody will panic. And I'm not sure Pep will up and leave one morning. I'm sure it'll be orchestrated and choreographed, and I'm sure it'll be a smooth transition. But yeah, but we all used to watch United in the 90s. I used to watch them. Obviously, I'm a City fan. I always used to watch them until they scored, and then I'd turn it off, because just on the off chance that somebody would beat them. Do you know what I mean? And I think City have got that aura about them now. And coming off the back of a treble win, and starting a bit sticky. But going to Old Trafford was a big result yesterday for us.
Let me ask you, going back to what you're saying about when Pep eventually does decide to leave. I don't know if there's any truth in it. I'm hearing David Moyes is lined up for that gig if he carries on doing a good job at West Ham. But if it's not him, is there anyone in the Premier League that you would like to see take over from Pep?
I mean, Pep's got another couple of seasons left yet, so somebody could emerge, I guess. But everybody's going on about De Zerbi, but I don't know. You just have to make a call at that particular time. But I think with Khaldoon and Cheeky and Ferran, like the three guys behind the scenes, I think City will be all right. But it will be like going back to square one and you start again. But you can look at the trophy cabinet and say, well, if the average of trophy haul keeps up now until for the next couple of seasons, we'll have, 18, 19 trophies. And you just say, well, they were the glory years, and then we'll see what happens, But the future's looking bright for us at the minute.
On the flip side, Noel, I remember me and Andy having a discussion last year and him saying that Manchester United were just behind Manchester City in terms of where they are.
I'm being misquoted.
How bad do you think Manchester United are?
Oh, wow, okay.
And how far off City are they?
I don't think City are getting any better. I think United are, if they're not treading water, then on yesterday's performance, if you've got Maguire and Johnny Evans, that's Leicester's two centre-halves 3 years ago. If you've got them playing, in a big derby game, you'd have to say there's trouble at United. And I've never rated the manager. He just doesn't look like he could inspire a dressing room to me anyway. But, and then you get Anthony coming on yesterday and behaving like an absolute moron, and your captain, Bruno, just how he's not getting booked every game for dissent by the referees is beyond me, because he's forever in the referees. He challenges every single decision. It's so annoying. And he's not even that good. And I just think that I think that I wouldn't say they're at rock bottom because they're still, way high up the table, but they're approaching a mid-table team, and long may it continue.
So I'm guessing, because my next question was going to be, are you getting bored because there's no rivalry now? It's just you and that's it.
Wow.
No, because we got Liverpool, and we can barely string six passes together at Anfield.
Are they your biggest threat, Noel, this season?
Me personally, at the start of the season, I thought Liverpool would be the biggest threat, but I wouldn't write Arsenal or Spurs off. But I think, the league doesn't start till March, so we'll see. But Liverpool have been there and done it. The Champions League winners. Arsenal haven't really done it yet. So if I was putting money on anybody to give us a fight for the title, it'd be Liverpool.
Yeah. Do you think there's all that talk for a long, long time about Man City becoming champions of Europe, which of course now you've done? Everyone's now talking about 4 league titles on the bounce. Do you think that weight will be a little bit too much or not?
Well, there's a reason why it's never been done before.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very difficult. But no, I don't know. I think under any other coach, you'd be forgiven for letting the players ease off. But Pep ain't like that. You know what I mean? He's just not like that. And I think the fact that the 4's never been done before will inspire the team on, if they do 4 in a row, that's it. They've done something that no one else has done. At the moment, we've only emulated United, not in terms of Premier League titles, but treble United have already done it. So I think if we do this, we plant a flag, forever that we were the first team to do it. So I think that'll be motivation enough.
Okay. Noel, thank you for coming on. So what are you up to at the moment? What are you doing? Are you back on tour soon, or are you relaxing? What are you doing?
I'm off to Amsterdam at the weekend. I've got start tour. Let me see, when is it? Yeah, tour now up until Christmas, and I've got my last gig is in Liverpool on the 22nd of December, which should be interesting.
Yeah, to say the least. Well, listen, thank you as always for coming on. It's much appreciated, and we'll speak to you in a bit. Mate. Thanks, man.
Cheers, Noel.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
There you go. The superstar that is Noel Gallagher having his say on National Radio.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.